Well, this is my first time doing a double review, and they're both for shows based off two very great Nicktoons, which are Rocko's Modern Life Static Cling and Invader Zim Enter the Florpus. Now, talk about these two specials. Now, I'm going to be talking about Static Cling first, so if you just want to know what I think about Invader Zim Enter the Florpus, skip to the time written on the screen. I've been a big Rocko fan for many years, and for a while it was my favorite Nicktoon. But then another Nicktoon, which we'll be talking about later, has been taken over as my favorite. So, is Rocko's Modern Life Static Cling worth the wait? Let's find out. Okay, you know the drill. Because Viacom, you're just going to see pictures. The special is really good. If you're a Rocko fan and haven't seen it yet, go to Netflix right now and watch it, but you've probably already seen it because it's been a few weeks since it's been out. So this special is about Rocko, Heifer, and Filbert, who have been in space for 20 years after the episode Future Shock. After they come back, which they realize they could have done the entire time, they find out how different O-Town has changed since they've been gone. The movie starts off like a satire of modern culture. Like there's this one scene where Rocko, Heifer, and Filbert go into a cafe that's like Starbucks, and then immediately go to another one right across from it. And there's one scene where they have a dark and gritty, really big man movie. And of course they have to make fun of Apple products. The movie's plot is mostly about Rocko trying to get a Fathead special made by Ralph Bighead, who I'll talk about later. And it's also about learning to accept change.
Let the past die. Kill it, if you have to.
Basically, you don't necessarily have to like it, but you have to accept it. One thing I want to talk about is something that a lot of people have been talking about, and that is Ralph Bighead, who is technically now Rachel Bighead, since Rachel is now transgender. And this has gotten a lot of backlash, but they never portrayed it in a negative way. And also, Rachel is a frog, and some frogs can change their genders. So this backlash is rather pointless, to be honest. There is one part where they kind of dump on CG animation. I think they were kind of making fun of Soul's reboots of popular things. I think that overall this was a pretty great special, and it should definitely please nostalgic fans of Rocko's Modern Life. I'm still wondering what a 90-minute theatrical Rocko movie would be like. Probably won't get one, but the boy can dream, can he? I'm going to give Rocko's Modern Life Static Cling 4 out of 5. Now that that's over, let's talk about Invader Zim Enter the Florpus. So that's what a Florpus is. I've waited 2 years for this, and it's finally out. Was it worth it? Yes, it was. This movie was better than Chicken and Rice. Invader Zim is my favorite Nicktoon. It's also probably my favorite American cartoon. I've never read the Invader Zim comics, but I've read Johnny the Homicidal Maniac and some of Squee, also by Jonan Vasquez. So as a fan of both Invader Zim and Jonan's work in general, how could I not be excited for this? Well, Invader Zim Enter the Florpus is amazing. This honestly is one of my favorite films of 2019 so far. I really love this. Last time I really truly loved a Nickelodeon movie was Hey Arnold the Jungle movie back in 2017. And if I'm going to be honest, this might be my favorite Netflix original film. I haven't seen a lot, but out of the ones I've seen, this one's my favorite. So this movie is about Zim having vanished from Earth, and Dib is obsessed with trying to find out where Zim has gone and what he's been up to. As it turns out, that teaser with Zim laughing in the toilet is pretty much all he's done. And of course, Zim has an evil plan, but I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it, but it's beautiful. We get more about the characters in the movie, like we actually get to see Dib and Gaz working together, which was nice. And we do get to see more of Dib and Professor Membrane's relationship, though I do have a negative with Professor Membrane I'll get to later. Zim is a bit more of a threat in this movie than he was on the show, as his evil plan almost succeeds. Professor Membrane has more to do here than he did on the show, and here he's like Iron Man. If Iron Man thought that all the aliens were just hallucinations, he still believes Dib is crazy for believing in aliens, but what my issue is that after fighting off the Zim's robots, he still doesn't believe in aliens. That's like the only real issue I have. That and the fact it wasn't released in theaters. The animation is a lot smoother in this than on the show. And the colors are a lot more vibrant on the show, which I didn't really mind. So overall, I loved Invader Zim Enter the Florpus. It's probably my favorite Netflix original movie. It might be my favorite Nickelodeon movie. This is one of my favorite movies of 2019, and I'm going to give Invader Zim Enter the Florpus 4.5 out of 5. Hopefully this ends up in my top 10 of the year, but I only have 4 months to see if it holds up. Hope you enjoyed, and next week I'll review the 1990 miniseries It, and hype for It Chapter 2, so stay tuned for that.